Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Melissa, the owner of Cali Meets NYC. We're a Newark-based home fragrance company. Today, we are going to talk about tips I've learned at markets and pop-up. How to have a successful market / pop-up. So it is that time of year and everybody should be doing markets and pop-ups. It's one of the best ways to gain more insights to your audience and then also to drive brand awareness. So I've been doing markets and pop-ups for a while. I actually used to attend them and help out my parents as a kid, so I have a lot of experience in this. My dad is an artist, and I've, dabbled in some crafts myself as a small little child entrepreneur, and so I have a lot of experience in this. One of the biggest things is you definitely need to show your personality. You need to show your story and share your story with your customers. You need to do that. That's one of the best ways to drive sales to drive people to your booth. If you get people interested in you and your story, and then you can get them interested in your product. That's one of the biggest ways. So when you see people, I'm a little awkward, so I'm like, hi, how are you? And then it kind of drives people into the booth, and then they see all the things we have to offer, and they start smelling everything. Some people can get nose blindness, so I always ask, hey, what scents do you gravitate towards? Then people think about things. Are you shopping for yourself? Are you shopping for other people? What scents do they like? Those type of things. Then I go into the story. A lot of people, they come up to the booth and they are interested in the name. It may resonate with them, especially if we do a show in New York City. Cali Meets NYC, that's kind of like us. We hear that a lot at booths. And I'm saying we because my husband does the shows with me. So we hear that a lot at markets. So we tell our story and people say, that's kind of like us. 2, you definitely need to talk to other vendors. You really do. 1, if it's slow, it kind of passes the time. 2, it's also how you know about other events. And a lot of the times, you could be doing the same events and you see similar people or the same people. It's actually nice to have familiar faces there and say, oh yeah, I remember you from last year. How are you doing? How's your business going? I remember, I had that at this past event, and it's a big event. And for someone to remember us from last year, I really love that people remember us from previous years. So that's one of the biggest things is communicate with other vendors. I've even started I've been in group chats with other vendors from events that I've attended that were bad, and then we say, oh, do you know of any other events that are happening? Or, tell us if you find something that's interesting to you. And, communicate with other people. That's how you network. You have to grow your network and to just get out there more. It's very, very helpful to get out there and just to expand, because then there's some, not even just vending events, but also too opportunities for grants, and people might pass things along to you. It happens. happens, right? So make sure you are open to network. Key, right? You need to be open to feedback from your customers about your products. Yes, there are going to be people who are going to give you feedback. This is the easiest and best way. You are in front of your customers. They're telling you what they want. Now, make sure you mark these things down if you're getting repeat things being asked. Like, for example, I have a body butter that sells very, very well. The scent does extremely well. But people wanted to know, hey, do you also have this at a room spray? Do you also have it in reed diffusers? And we got that constantly throughout our last markets, that weekend. I'm like, I don't, but I will in the future. Because to me, if I keep on getting, those questions being asked, that means it's something that will be in high demand. That, I'm like, I thought about it, but hey, now that you're saying it, I'm actually probably going to do it. Same thing with a couple other scents we have. Hey, did you think about doing this in a room diffuser? Do you have this in a room diffuser? Things of that nature. Be open to feedback. Good, bad, and different. It's the easiest and best way to get scent suggestions, to get product suggestions in person. Your booth is not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect, and it's not going to look the same every single time. And this is something I constantly have to remind myself. Every single time we do events, I'm constantly rearranging. It takes me forever because I'm just like, I want it to look a certain way in my mind, but I don't necessarily have all the things I need for it to look that way that I have in my mind. So use what you have and make it work. That is the key. Use what you have and make it work. You can perfect it and change it over time. You can improve. You can say, okay, I need this. My table's a little crowded. Maybe I should add height. Maybe I shouldn't bring as many of this product. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I need to change this. It's not going to look the same every single time, and that is okay. It's not going to be perfect the first time. That is okay. So make sure you are not trying to be a perfectionist about your booth. It's okay. The next thing. Things will go wrong. They can and they will. I've had mishaps with products even before getting to a pop-up shop. I've had my finger started bleeding because a box fell. I picked it up and cut myself on the glass, and I didn't have any Band-Aids. The whole nine. It happened. Things happen. Last pop-up shop, my system, my POS system kind of just like went kaputs on me for whatever reason, chose that weekend to go crazy. My phone just kind of went crazy, and I'm like, thank God my husband was there and his app was working on his phone. So I'm like, okay, we can use that. Things will go wrong, and it's okay. Pick up from where you are, adapt, and it'll be okay. Walk around your do some walking around. And this kind of goes hand in hand with networking. So if you're walking around the festival or market you're at, do some networking. So you're doing some networking. You're actually also looking at people's products. You can also kind of get ideas for booths and booth ideas, and just look around. It's one of the most keys. If you always have your head down and just solely focus on your business, you're never going to know what's going on around you. You want to make sure that you're looking around, not copying people, but just kind of looking around to see, hey, what else is out there? What else are people doing? You could see, like, to the right of us at the last festival we were at, someone was making these little watercolor kits, and they were so cute. And I'm just like, I wish I had the time to actually watercolor. I used to paint watercolor, but I'm like, that's such a cute gift, So just look around, right? So this will help you find markets, right? So you really want to know how to find the best markets. Research. And remember that networking system I told you to have? Leverage your networking system and the vendors you have met at previous pop-ups to talk to you. Hey, have you done such and such event? What was it like? How was your experience? Because sometimes, in order to get feedback for a particular event, it's really great to talk to other vendors to see, was it easy to work with the organizer? Was there a lot of traffic that was driven there? Was it expensive? Was it easy to set up? Did they make it easy for the vendors? Did they make it easy for customers to come and find? That's one of the key things, is to leverage your networking market to find different events. Now, if you do not have a network, of different entrepreneurs, research. And you can also do this too, on the side, right? You need to research. Any event that you find, you really need to research it. I've had events that were great, and I've had events that were terrible. And now the terrible events are now far and few in between, because I am doing more and more research, because I need to make sure that, one, it's worth my time and it's worth my money. Some of these event prices are huge. The prices to get in are huge. So I'm making sure that they're worth my time and my money. Do they draw a crowd? I do Renegade Craft Festival, and they draw a crowd every single time. And I didn't have to research them. It's because I myself was a customer of Renegade pre-pandemic, but I knew the kind of crowd they draw. Now, there have been other events that I've attended, and one was great. I attended, and then I participated as a vendor, and it was so. It happens. There was a couple that I had, it sounded like it was going to be great, but it wasn't. And that's okay too. But make sure you've researched. And that's where all your research comes in. Research, go back into the organizer's Instagram. Hey, which vendors attended this last time? Reach out to somebody who is kind of like similar to your brand and say, hey, I just had a question. I know you attended, such and such as a vendor last year. Can I get your feedback? How was your experience? I'm thinking about doing it this year. Vendors will be honest. Make sure you're doing the DMs so it's not in public, but make sure you ask them, hey, and then people will be honest with you, right? Because if you're wanting other people to succeed, like yourself, you're going to give honest feedback, right? All right. So that's it for now. And make sure you have fun, right? All right. Bye, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment for more. Bye, you guys.